Reefers, it's Darren here from the Two Gay Reefers, and we really need to do one of these screen tops. At the moment we have just screen on top, no frame, nothing like that. So it's time to actually build something. As you can see at the moment, we've just got netting. Nothing but net. Is it any wonder our eel escaped?
Flashback.
Everything was fine until the Saturday following the move day. Unfortunately, we had two incidences that day.
It was never perfectly secure. Unfortunately, he found his way out. We didn't know about it.
Yeah, after 12, 16 hours, we went, no, he must have got out of the tank. And he crawled up underneath one of the couches, unfortunately, and died. Yeah, very sad. We lost our sailfin tang Picard. He decided to go for a swim into the carpet anemone.
Not a good move.
Not a good move.
Not recommended.
We knew what it was straight away because he still had green stingers from the carpet anemone on his back. Washed him off. Put him back in. He looked all right, except he didn't make it through the night. And we found him the next day nose up in the other anemone. So he'd gone from one to the other.
Bad way to go. Poor little fella.
End of flashback.
This was only meant to be a temporary solution, but we went into lockdown, so we haven't got all the parts we need. So today we're going to do one half of this. So because of its 2 meter length, we actually need to do two halves for the screen top, which will make it easier to take on and off as well. One good thing about this is with the weir, it actually sits lower than the glass. So we don't actually have to do a cutout around the weir like other models. This is a really great improvement. So the only cutouts you really need if you're doing a lid on this model is if you're putting brackets straight on there for the lights, you can do little cutouts around those. So this netting is actually left over from other lids that we've done. So we've done two previous ones in the past. So Red Sea actually gives you plenty of net because you can break it fairly easily if you're not careful. But yeah, plenty of net, enough to cover a 2 meter long aquarium. So these are the previous lids that we've got to cannibalize. So we've got Reefzilla's old lid here with the feeding hatch there. And then our Red Sea 250 lid here. So from the Red Sea 250 lid, we probably need this piece here. Most of the rest is going to be from this one. We are going to make the feeding hatch smaller. I found that it was a little bit too big and clumsy, and it added a lot of weight to this one corner. So we're going to make it a bit smaller to try and eliminate some of those issues. The best thing about Red Sea is they actually have dimensions and plans on their website. So we actually have all the dimensions for the 900 reefer there. And today we'll be looking at doing this part with a feeding portal in the middle. So I was confident I had enough pieces, but I'm missing one long piece. So I've got to wait for the kit. And even then I'll be missing another long piece. Okay, I'll get back to you when I've sorted this out.
Later.
So, I think I have a solution. If we split this one here, I can use the rest of this as the Red Sea Reefer 250 part, and then use this long one in its entirety for the top end up there. I did a little test. Where are we? So this is the joiner here that does a spacer usually. I've joined two pieces together. It's fairly strong, but because it's only a short distance and all the rest are going to be totally intact pieces, I think it'll be strong enough. Good to always test fit things as we put them together. I noticed that this one is like 2 mil too long.
So we just need to nick a little bit off that. Okay, so this is what we've ended up with. We've got our little feeding hatch there. That's all perfect. So a few things to note. These clips keep the lid on top of the tank. So you might note the Red Sea horse should always be upright all the way around. So no matter where you go, the Red Sea horse is always facing the right way. You'll also know when you put it together properly when you can see this little edge that goes all the way around. So that's how you secure the net. If it's not one continuous line, you've done something wrong. As you can see though, the frame is pretty dirty because it is second hand, so we're going to go through and scrub it with some soapy water. Once it's dry, I'll touch up things like this here. All the edges I'll touch up with some black Sharpie. So the tip when doing these is always start with the longest side first, putting that into place. The opposite side, don't put too much pressure on it. And then the other two sides. And then finally this piece here. But yeah, big tip here, don't put too much pressure on it and pull too hard because you will just rip the net. So two things I noticed. Okay, the 900 has a big bead of silicone. So I actually had to chop off one of the corners, which is doable because they are able to be cut off. They're actually designed to be cut off. With that cut off, that makes it sit snugly. Reason why it's not sitting snugly at the moment is because we have the Red Sea Reef Wave cord, which is too thick to come out of the corner. So I think we'll have to put one of these in just for that cord. Good idea, because I can put other cords through there too.
Four to 6 days later. 4 to 6 more days later.
So reefers, we finally got this, yay! It's been a couple of weeks, sick of this little bit of netting over the tank, so we're actually going to finish off the lid. Yay! It's about bloody time. This is what comes in the pack. Really happy with the result. As you can see, the Reef Wave cord does fit through the corner, surprisingly, but I'm glad I put the port on the other side where two cables can go through, because we've got the Red Sea Reef Wave and the Tunzi on the other side. But all in all, I think it's a pretty neat piece of kit.
It's easy to do. Mind you, this is our 3rd rodeo, so it does get easier with practice. As long as you're not expecting super taut netting, it's a really awesome lid. And actually, that bit of looseness in the netting helps the fish bounce back into the tank. So why do you really want it tight?
But for now, if you've enjoyed today's video, like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe. And as always, be excellent to each other and keep it salty, everyone. Bye for now.
See you guys.